Well, hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee. I just discovered my neighbor has been home for 2 days sick. And I thought, oh, you poor thing. I'm going to make her a beautiful pan of soup. I'm just going to do a chicken, vegetable with some noodles in it. But I thought I'd bring you along because I put everything but the kitchen sink in it. And she loves it. So we're going to start this. This is just going to be real quick and easy. But we are kind of, I don't want to say poached, but my chicken is frozen. So I got to get it in here and get it cooking a little bit so it unthaws and then I can cut it up. What I really want to do is saute some of the vegetables, but that I don't think is going to happen. Because I'm going to use a lot of frozen veggies too. So we're just going to put that in there. And we save those bags. We're going to put some pepper in here. And we're going to use this water as well, the broth. We'll just have to add a little bit to it because I'm not using any of my chicken broth. So there we go. I'm also going to put a little bit of thyme in there. This will turn out fantastic. This is soup. It's quick, fast, and in a hurry. Poor thing. I felt so bad for her. Just about a teaspoon of thyme. You can put whatever veggie you want in there. I'm also going to do, let's see, we're going to do some garlic in here too. Okay. All right. We're just going to slice this. I got it peeled. I'm just going to slice it and we're going to put a couple of these in there. Nice big ones. I wouldn't want to peel the whole clove like this, but a couple of them won't hurt. I still got cookies in the oven. I'm working on 2 videos at the same time. I would have made this video way too long. So we're going to do this in a separate one. Chicken soup to the rescue. Alright. We're going to put that on. We're going to bring that up to a boil. Oh, I'm going to put that one in there because it has its skin missing. So we're going to do this one too. I got chicken soup going in this pot, cookies in the oven, pea soup in my Instapot. We're busy today. But you won't see this all in the same video. All right. Okay, so for this soup, I'm going to use freeze-dried stuff because I don't have time to really saute it and take my time. She's probably hungry. She's been there for 2 days, just sick in her bed. I'm going to use freeze-dried and frozen. So the longest it's going to take is to get that chicken cooking. Let's see, it'll just pop. So I've got freeze-dried onions. This is literally, that's funny. Here, this is literally a pantry pull, freezer pull, rescue chicken soup. We're going to use freeze-dried celery, freeze-dried onions, freeze-dried mixed veggies. We're also going to put some freeze-dried bok choy in there, which is wonderful. And then we've got a little bit of California blend. Got to have some greens in there to help her get over this. So the greens are good. I got a little bit of spinach we'll put in there. I'm not going to put all this in there, but a little bit of each. And then we got some stir-fry veggies, which has the pea pods and some of this yellow squash. So she has a variety of color in here, and it will help her immune system. So that's what we're going to put in there. But we got to wait for this to cook. And when this is cooked and I'm ready to cut it up and get to it, plus I got some beautiful because I'm using water to start with, I've got some beautiful bouillon that I get from my Amish lady friends. And we'll flavor it up, the broth up with that. And it'll be good. It's not really that, it's a little bit salty, but I just won't have to add any more salt to it. It's not overpowering, but it makes a wonderful broth. So we'll use that, and then I've got a package of egg noodles, so we'll make some noodles in here too. But we'll make room in this pan for all of this. So when this is done, we'll bring it back and we'll cut that chicken up and we'll finish up this soup so that I can get it over to her so that poor thing can have something to eat. And I'm going to send her, because I'm making cookies, I'm going to send her some warm cookies because her little girl is there and the little sweetie. I'll send her some cookies so she can have warm cookies and milk. Okay, friends, we are going to cut this chicken up. There. Okay, now, of course it's not completely done, but that's all right. We're just gonna start cutting it up, and we're gonna get it put back in there and add some of our goodies to it. Okay, I'm going to put these in there so that we have room to cut the other up. Beautiful. Beautiful. This will be some wonderful soup for her. Okay. That piece is still a little frozen, but we'll get it. I got a nice sharp knife. Okay. Oh, our cookies are done too. Alexa, stop the timer. So we'll get this in here and we'll get our cookies out. Okay. Was it? Alexa, set an 11-minute timer.
11 minutes. Starting now.
Okay, we gotta wipe that up. Cut that chicken up. And then we'll get the rest of our goodies in there and get it cooking. Let me get that one more wipe down. Okay, now, hold on. Gotta squirt down with some stearin. It's a really good sanitizer. I like to use that on my counters, especially when I'm working with food. It's like a restaurant grade sanitizer. You can get it on Amazon, and it's really good. I use it a lot when I, because of my market stand, so I keep things sanitized. All right, let's bring you up closer. Okay, so we've got our chicken in there. Now we're gonna have to probably take some of this broth out. Okay, I'm not worried about saving that little bit of broth because it's really weak. Oh, you know what? Speaking of that, I got my broth that I get from the Amish. This is good stuff. It comes in a little container like so. So we're gonna open it maybe. There we go. And we're gonna put a nice big chunk in there. Because it's not as stout as like Better Than Bouillon or any of that other. It's nowhere near that stout. But it is divine. And we'll make sure that that's good. And I do want to add some pepper to this. I don't need any more salt. Well, I don't think I need any more salt. But we'll see as it goes. Here, a little pepper. All these beautiful vegetables in this broth. It will knock that cold right out of her. I hope she doesn't have COVID. That's what I'm worried about. Okay, so I know this is screaming hot, but that's also, oh, it smells wonderful. That's also dissolved, so I just want to taste that and see if I need to add any more or if that broth is sufficient. It's beautiful. Perfect. All right, so now we're going to put celery in here, not the oxygen absorber. We'll put that back in there. Okay. That's good. We'll set these over there. When we're done with them, we're going to do onions. These are all freeze dried. If you didn't hear me say that earlier. So, there's that. We're also going to do a little handful of our mixed veggies. Okay. And then we're going to do some bok choy, which is so darn good for you. We'll give her a nice bunch of that with the greens. Okay. Now that'll take a little bit for that to absorb that water. None of these veggies were cooked. They were frozen that I or freeze dried, and then the bok choy was raw. I brought it right home from the store, chopped it up, and put it right in the freeze dryer. Want that in there. So we're going to also do, which I didn't tell you that a minute ago. Abby likes mushrooms, my neighbor, so we're going to give her some mushrooms in here. That should be good. Butterfingers. Okay. All right. So there we go. And this is a beautiful way to make soup with freeze-dried foods. Obviously, you can't saute freeze-dried foods. Well, maybe if you rehydrate them first, but they're perfect for soups. So now we're going to let that go just for a little bit so that food softens up. And then we'll go ahead and put our, I'm going to turn it down a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and put some of our frozen stuff in there. I have got to wipe up that stove because my chicken boiled over and that made a mess. I hate when that happens. Hold on. There we go. That'll do good just till we get the soup done. Okay, we're going to set that right on the edge there. Clean that up. All right. That's got to go for a minute. I'm going to put my stuff away. Okay, friends. Now that this is cooked down a little bit, it looks wonderful in there. All those veggies. Just tons of them. Now, if I need to add more liquid because of the noodles, I'll just add a little more. I'm going to put a little bit of spinach in there. But I'm not using all these. Alexa, stop the timer. So, that'll go back in the fridge. Let me get a couple rubber. I seal everything with rubber bands. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Now I've got some California blend here, and this is the carrots and a little bit of cauliflower. We'll put that in there. Okay. Close this up. And then we've got some, what are these, stir-fried veggies. These have broccoli, sugar snap peas, yellow squash, carrots, red and yellow peppers, green beans, and water chestnuts. Well, I know the water chestnuts, they're still good in soup. But I wanted all those other veggies in here for you. So, we're going to be generous with that. I might wind up putting all that in there. But look at there. You can't even see that. Now you can, and that's gorgeous, friends. Absolutely. Now that's going to cook a little bit. I don't want them to be mass ready because that chicken is done. And then I'll put a little more, I'll put some of my broth in there, and then I'll put the noodles in. So she'll have some noodles too. And then it'll be beautiful. So I'm just going to put the lid on here and let that just simmer until everything's warmed through, because I don't want mushy veggies. Okay, friends. So now this, let me set this over here. This has pretty much warmed through. Just simmered and warmed through. Now, I'm going to put some of the noodles in here. And then, of course, I'm going to have to add more liquid. And I thought, you know, I could always add broth. But I don't think so. I think I'm just going to add water to it. And those noodles should be just enough in there. So we're going to add the rest, 1 quart of water, so that when it cooks down, there'll be a nice pot of soup here. Look at all that. Beautiful. Now, I am definitely, oh, it smells good. I'm going to taste that broth again. Get a clean spoon. Because I added 1 quart of water, I want to make sure that this tastes chickeny. And it does. And it's wonderful. Normally I'd add a whole lot more spices to that. But I'm going to add a little more pepper to it. Normally I'd add a whole lot more spices. But because this is going to somebody who doesn't feel good, I don't know if she's got COVID or the body flu. She don't have the stomach flu, but because she's not feeling good, I don't want to overspice this. So we're going to leave this fairly bland with just some added pepper and lots of color and lots of veggies. So this is going to turn out really good, friends. We're just going to let that heat cook up those noodles. We don't want them mushy. We don't want mushy veggies. And then we'll put it in another container and we'll take it over to her. Okay, friends, this is all done. I'm going to scoop a bowl out, just a small bowl, so I can show you how beautiful this is. And then I'll be able to take her the rest of it. Now remember, you can add all the spices you want. I'm keeping this kind of bland because she's not feeling good, friends. Look at how gorgeous that soup is. Oh, she's going to love it. All right, friends, we'll give this a try. Let me show you how good it is. Oh, it smells wonderful. It's a little on the bland side, but it's supposed to be because she's not feeling good. You don't want to spice her up. All right, we'll try a little bit of this. Oh, it smells wonderful. She's gonna love that. Oh, that's got a good flavor to it. Absolutely. Even adding that water to it, I didn't have to add any more broth. Oh, wonderful. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna nibble on that. All right, we're gonna put this in another container for her. I know it's hot, but it'll cool off in this container. So we're going to put this in here. And friends, thanks for hanging out with me in the kitchen today. We made this soup. My poor neighbor, I hope it makes her feel better. I hope you give this recipe a try. And remember, you can always add all the spices you want. You can add other veggies. Make it your own. It's wonderful. So make sure you try it. You all have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next video. And again, thanks for watching. Perfect fit. Look at that. Perfect fit. Perfect, perfect.